Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Samantha and today we are going to use Oracle and Tarot cards to deliver a message from Spirit to you. So I'm gonna shuffle the cards to see what is it the Spirit wants you to know today, what type of guidance you need to receive so you can live and experience a more fulfilling life, a more fulfilling week maybe, or a more empowered day. So we're gonna ask Spirit to guide us on the choosing of the cards. And first, here I have Monkshood. You're going to be able to see the cards better in your screen in a second. The snake. Corvid. And last one we have bone. So you should be able to now see the layout of the cards. And I will invite you to use your intuition to choose which of the cards on the table now is the one you need to listen today. Close your eyes, connect with your highest self, and allow your intuition to guide you towards the message you need to hear and receive from your spirit guides today. Once you know which one is the one you need to choose, you can go to the description box below and check the exact time when your message starts. Let's then begin. If you chose the Monkshood card, then this reading is for you. And at first glance, the message I am getting from the card is that this flower is kind of a mystic flower, but also you need to speak to it with love and tenderly if you want it to bloom. It's as if you want to get the best out of this flower, you really need to be very careful in the way you treat her, in the way you speak to her, in the way you communicate with her. It's like there is a lot of potential hidden or available in this flower, but for you to be able to reach it, for you to be able to enjoy this potential, to see it, you really need to take care of the flower. You need to be very careful, very loving with this flower. And I think this card is speaking about you. That's the type of person you are. I don't necessarily need to say shy, but I'm thinking about the word shy just because there are some of the flowers are not blooming yet and these ones are down. But for you to let someone in, fully into your life, that person needs to kind of prove him or herself to you. That person really need to be something special. And maybe you might be a very social person. You might be someone that likes to hang out with people. You might be someone that enjoys a social life. But then if that's you, most of your connections are kind of superficial, meaning you have a lot of hanging out friends, party friends, maybe even brunch friends, but none of them are necessarily deep friends or close friends, and that the reason why is because you are like this flower. You are really careful and you really need a lot of care and a little bit of convincing if to let someone in. If someone wants in your life, if someone wants to be part of your experience and at a deeper level, that person needs to really push the right buttons, say the right thing for you to let them in. Okay, that's the initial message I am getting from this Monkshood flower. So we're going to use some tarot cards to enhance this message, and I am curious to know why Spirit chose to show you this part of your personality, this part of your being today. Why did the Spirit want you to pay attention to this part of you, to this part of your personality? So we are going to ask the tarot cards to clarify and also to let us know what else is there for us to know about this monkshood flower and behavior. It's also, if you look at the color of the card, it almost seems like it blooms only at night, or it's in the dark, because even though it's a very powerful flower, it doesn't want to be discovered. So yeah, it's in the dark. So the Ten of Fire, it came in reverse. I'm gonna pick the cards first, and then I'm gonna explain them to you. The Three of Earth, the Three of Fire, also reversed, the Tower. Okay, I'm gonna stay with those cards for now, and if we need some clarification from the cards later, I will ask for the clarification. So the Ten of Fire, most of your cards came in reversed, and I think that this has to do with what we were just saying about the monkshood power and possibility. Like certainly we are talking about you with these cards today, about the power you have, about the possibilities in your life. The reason why Spirit chose to show you this is because you don't see yourself as this person. You don't see yourself as this energy. You don't see all of the abilities that you have available to you, and because you don't know them, you don't recognize them easily, you kind of burn them out. You just dismiss them as nothing. Like they are so common. Your abilities, your skills are so commonplace for you that you don't even recognize them as such, and then just maybe you don't even use them properly, because you are like, oh well, this is commonplace, everyone can do this, there is nothing special with me, and so on, and then you just burn all of the things that make you special and um, that make you you. And that's why Spirit wanted you to know this today, because it the spirit guides that work with you want you to recognize the ability you have, the power you have, not only to influence others and to contribute to other people, but also to contribute to your life. The Tree of Earth also came reversed. I'm just gonna put them upright so that you can see them. And yeah, you don't see yourself as this powerful being that you actually are. You are not grounded in your abilities, in your capacity for creation, in your capacity for expansion. The Tree of Fire tells me that you kind of let go of that illusion of capability or possibility in your life. You gave up almost. You gave up um, trying to become something magical. You gave up trying to prove to the world, or to, like, because you don't see anything special in you, and maybe for a while you try to find something special. You try to show the people that you had, that you were worthy, that you could do things, that like maybe you were like, look, see me, I can do this, and they were like, yeah, that's nothing, everyone can do that, things like that. You got those type of reactions, and because of that you stopped trying. You were like, okay, you kind of believe the people that told you you were commonplace, that there was nothing special for you, and that's why you went inward. That's why you kind of contracted into yourself, and you were like, well, all of the magic in me, if people cannot recognize, or it's not special of all the things that I see in myself or that I am, I will just not show them. Only those that really want to see it, or only those that really want to ask me or ask about it, will be able to see. That's why people need to go deep. They really need to tell you, to convince you to show yourself to them, because you are like, well, no, I'm not gonna. You were convinced there was nothing special in you, and then you closed off. And since then, the Tower card usually represents a shaky moment, a change in life. But in this case, to me, the Tower represents kind of the fortress you are in, the fortress you lived, and you built for yourself, where you were like, okay, so if I am nothing special, if people cannot see my power, if I don't contribute to anything in the world, I will just be on my own. And again, it doesn't have to be uh, socially true. So you can be a very extrovert person and go and hang out with people, but because maybe that's the only thing you think you can contribute to the world or to the society or to your friends, just the outgoing personality, or just be there for them. But so it doesn't have to, this inward or this contraction doesn't need to reflect in your life as not going out, but rather as not showing yourself, like not letting people in, rather not letting people truly in, because you are then mostly existing inside this fortress that you have built for yourself. You are the queen of the palace. You feel comfortable in here with your abilities or the lack of, which by the way you don't, you are not lacking anything, but that perception might be really ingrained in you. And I know you are not lacking anything, because the Monkshood card tells me that there is a lot of magic in you. You have a lot of potential. You have a lot of special powers and special gifts and special thoughts and words, and and a lot of special things to offer to this world. So you certainly, that if you have that perception about yourself that there is nothing you can offer um, the world, is you are mistaken. You are really mistaken. And the universe has been trying to contact you, with the call also in reverse. This belongs to the judgment card in other tarot decks. So the universe has been trying to reach you. They have been trying, your spirit guides have been trying to get in touch with you, to let you know about this wrong perception you have about yourself. They've been trying to convince you that, hey, no, you do have things to offer. You are special. We want you to, to show that. We want you to believe that. But you are like, no, you maybe you are not even aware that the universe is trying to get in touch with you, because you shut down your abilities or your intuition, or anything, any belief about how special you are. You shut that down a very long time, so you might not even be receptive or to get the messages, or maybe you dismiss them. You're like, that doesn't mean anything. Oh, that flower in my path that you know suddenly appeared, no, nothing. That butterfly that came and stopped really near my hand, no, that doesn't mean anything. Oh, the guy that said something that resonated with me in the street, but it was not, he or she didn't say that to me, so nothing, like, you just dismiss all of the signs that your spirit guides and the universe are trying to give you. Maybe even when you receive recognition, and someone is telling you, oh, that's a really good job, you're like, yeah, everybody could have done that. Nothing, you don't get the signs, you don't get the clues that the universe is trying to give you, because you already convinced yourself that there is nothing special or magical about you. And that is what is making it difficult for you to find your true north, for you to find the expansion you are meant to be living. Like, maybe it's not that you are necessarily unhappy about your life or in life, but maybe you are going through life like, this is okay, it's not super exciting, it's not the best, but I'm fine. So you are comfortable, but not in the, but you could be more. Like, you are comfortable in a way that it almost, I want to say, in a conformist way. Okay, in a way that you think, well, this is good enough for me. Maybe I could do more, but why should I bother? And that's discomfort within the comfort, because there is a part of you, the one that is trying to call to you, that is telling you, no, there is a much bigger world available for you out there. You can achieve much more than what you are already. There, you can be even more comfortable. You can be much more than what you have allowed yourself to believe. And so that's why, even though you are comfortable, you are also uncomfortable, because there is this nagging voice or this nagging feeling inside of you, trying to guide you or lead you towards the place you need to go, towards your true calling. And when I say calling, it doesn't have to be like, like this major life purpose or this magical, assignment to save the world. But your life's purpose can be to just to, maybe to have a more fulfilling life in, if you want to a husband or a wife and you don't have one now, maybe that's the calling, but you are not taking it. And maybe you will feel much better with a partner just because you like to share your life with someone. You wish for someone to see you, but you are not pursuing that calling or that nudge because you think that maybe you cannot achieve it. Maybe you are not good enough and things like that. So a calling doesn't have to be a grandiose thing. It could also be like maybe you really want to draw or you want to sing or paint or bake or whatever, be a taxi driver, things like that, and you don't do it because you are like, well, why should I bother? What will be the benefit for others or for myself doing that? But certainly, rain is also reversed, but I'm putting it outright. You are preventing your own growth. You are preventing your own fecundity. You are preventing your own expansion by staying in your comfort zone. You are preventing the universe from giving you what you actually deserve and creating connections. With this biome, all of the cards are coming reversed because you are preventing the expansion of this. You are preventing the flourishing of the possibilities. Even this breath and life card is coming upside down because you are not living to your fullest potential. And look, the companionship and animals card came up right. Why? Because there is people in the world that want to connect with you. And the funny thing when this happens is that you might not even know that. You might not even know them. And by you not following your calling, by you not following that inner voice that is telling you to go and do what you want to do, you are preventing even those people that want to know you from knowing you. It's not only that you are cutting your own expansion, but by not being you, by not accepting your gifts, by not seeing yourself clearly, you are also preventing those people from connecting with you. You are also preventing those people from experiencing the type of experiences they could have if they knew you. Okay, you are making it also hard for you and for yourself to grow, to experience joy, to go beyond, to live even in an easier way. Because here this tree is flourishing, is growing, is expanding, but the card represents endurance because it's doing so in very difficult situations. And sometimes we have to go through this, sometimes we really need to do that. But in your case, it's like you no longer need to go through this endurance process. You could have a easier, more fulfilling life in your own terms if you allowed yourself to be, if you allowed yourself to experience that expansion. So by not recognizing your power, by not seeing yourself, by not pursuing what your heart is asking you to pursue, you are not only cutting your, as I said, your expansion and your happiness, but you are also preventing others from enjoying you, from having a good time knowing you. And again, here, really other people, there are points and stages in life where others really don't matter. I'm not saying this so you go and change your life so that others can benefit from your life. But I'm just saying because sometimes we get too square and we get too inside our minds and we forget that by being ourselves the world also benefits. So it's not only a personal benefit, this expansion process, but there is also a benefit for the collective energy. So just say yes. The yes card came upside down because the only thing you need to do, maybe listening to these words, you can be like, so what exactly do I have to do, to change? Or what exactly do I have to do to connect to those people? You just need to be willing to do so. Really, you don't need to do anything, but just say yes. And you can just, if you are in your room, if you are in a place where you feel comfortable talking aloud, you just need to say, okay, I'm willing to try. I'm willing to give it a go, but with these cards coming all in reverse, I see a little bit of a reluctance, like, do I really need to move? Do I really need to change? Do I really need to get out of my comfort zone? You are not really convinced. It's like, okay, I'm interested in what you are saying. I'm curious about it, but not sure, Um, so maybe there is a part of your soul as well that feels that this is kind of a big deal and too much work, and so that's why you don't want to do it, because creating a new life, creating a new you, changing your ways, kind of will take a while. There might be some effort you need to make, and you really don't want it because you are here. You know, there is an illusion of comfort in your life, and because you are okay, because you are comfortable, why would you change? The only bad part of this is that when the universe starts giving you some hints of change, and it's kind of kindly inviting you to change, and you don't listen, the tower moment that we saw here, where I told you, for me this is not a shake-up, it's more like a fortress you have built around yourself. When the universe is nudging you to change, and you don't, the tower becomes chaos. It becomes chaotic. It becomes something that will take the rug out of your feet, and that's how life will feel. Like suddenly something happens from something unexpected, something that shake you up happened, and then yeah, it doesn't feel too comfortable. You don't necessarily need to protect yourself anymore. Like by hiding your power, hiding your essence. That's so far that's been the way you have chosen to protect yourself, but you really don't need that protection. What you don't need, and the way you can protect yourself from all of those things people said about you, is by cutting the cords with the people that say those things about you. Don't let them in. Don't let them tell you how you should live, or or decide who you are. You decide who you are, you decide what to believe. So don't let in those things, but not by hiding, rather by saying just no. Just as you can say yes and things will start unfolding, you can also say no. If you need protection, if you need comfort, if you need motherly love, just remember that you can be that to yourself. You can give that love to yourself. You don't need anybody extra to give it to you. And by that I don't mean, as I said with a partner, when I mentioned that maybe that's something you will want, not because you don't need anybody else to give it to you. It doesn't mean it's not nice to receive or welcome someone, or receive this type of love and understanding from others. That's not what I'm saying. We are capable of providing for us, but also we are community beings, right? We like to live, we are collective beings. We thrive when we expand and when we communicate with others, and when we experience ourselves in a relationship with other people. So even though you are capable of receiving love from yourself and from the universe, you can also ask for it and receive it from other people in your life. So don't be shy, but don't make others the primordial source of love in your life. You are the primary source of love in your life. And whatever extra comes is that an extra, okay? So just try to remember that and really unbound, let go of whatever hurts happen. And I know that it's really easy to say let go, and not necessarily that easily done. But in this case, if you need some help to deal with this, search for someone, look for someone that can help you release, whether it's through therapy. Maybe you like spirituality, Reiki sessions are helpful for this as well. Some implant removal sessions, maybe coaching. And so, yeah, you don't have to do it on your own. Like, if I can help you with anything, I will leave you my contact details below, so you can have a look to the services I offer and the type of sessions that can help you with this. But if you don't feel called to, I'm sure you can find some other meditation sessions on YouTube as well that are free of charge. Or maybe once you say yes, the universe will put in your path the person or the people or the tools that will help you unbound and start your process of letting go. For all of this to work on your benefit and for all of this to be as easy as it can be, you need to get grounded, okay? You need to connect with your inner light, or connect with your inner self, and listen to the guidance the universe will be giving you, because it will provide you with guidance. All you need to do is listen. That's all I have for you, group one. And yeah, if you think that somebody else might benefit from listening to these spirit messages, please share this link with them. If you enjoy the reading, I'll appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. If you will want to book a private reading or a private session with me, I'll leave you my details on the description box below, and you can do that as well. If you benefited from this reading and you would like to make a donation to the channel, on the description box below is also my PayPal account where you can donate. And yeah, then that's it from my side, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, group number two with the snake card. By looking at this card or the picture in this card, I already gathered that the message you are going to receive is about transformation, is about change, is about love as well. Some of you might be mothers or fathers, like some sort of need to look after your cubs or your eggs in this case. So, but you don't necessarily have to be a parent. I also see or feel with this change energy of the snake that you are protecting something. Maybe you are already halfway through your transformation journey, and there are still more things that you need to let go of, but you wish to keep them safe. You wish to maybe keep them in general. It's like, okay, but nobody touches this, and whatever the egg is representing is I am changing, I'm doing, but nobody touches this. That's why I felt this motherly or fatherly energy, because it feels protection. It feels you are protecting something, and it also feels like you are protecting someone. And even though I am referring to children when I say fatherly or motherly love, I also feel that maybe what you are protecting is a partner. Maybe you are protecting your partner. Maybe you don't want to let him go. Maybe the universe is giving you hints that it's time for you to let go of that relationship, but you are like, not really, like not this one. Don't like give me everything, let me change, let me transform, but let him or her out of this. Leave him or her alone. Why do I have trouble speaking? So yeah, let's see what else the tarot can tell us about this message. And I am curious to know why the Spirit chose to show you these cards today. Why is it important you receive this message about your protective, personality, your protective instincts around something or someone? So I'm going to lay the cards down first, and then I'm going to explain them to you, okay? I'm going to stay with those, maybe just one more on the side. And then if we need more, so we have more. Yeah, so certainly you have been through, or you are in a situation where you are fighting off protecting somebody else. And here, as I said, I'm confused. For some of you, could be you are protecting a child, or you are also protecting a partner, like either or. There is some sort of protecting activity or protection, attitude you are taking towards a situation in your life. But it's not that you are protecting yourself, you are protecting somebody else. Okay, it's like you want to be the one that faces the demon. Yeah, again, the Page of Swords. So you are the one wanting to face the problem, wanting to fight somebody else's battle. So let's see What type of battle are you fighting? Why are you fighting this? Well, you see this person as not strong enough, like not capable of fighting his or her own battles. And you think you are doing this person a favor. You think that by fighting on his or her behalf, you are doing them a favor, but that's not the case. Okay, you are not helping them. You are actually doing exact exactly the opposite. You are not allowing them to see first their own potential, but also you are not allowing them to see the way out because you are interfering in their path. You are trying to cut their problems. You are interfering in the experience the universe is trying to give them so they can change, so they can grow. And so when you do that, when you try to take on somebody else's battles, what happens is what I just said. You cut the progress and you cut the development of that person, of that soul. And that's why, or what the spirit wants you to know, or wants to tell you through this message is, or wants to bring your attention towards the attitude you are having in this situation. And it wants you to know this. You are not helping as much as you think you are. You are actually cutting the development and the growth of that person. So this is an invitation to step back, to step down from the position you've chosen to take, and try to see the situation, or try to see the energy of that person in a different light, in a different way. It's not on the benefit of that person. You are not helping if you see them as weak. On the contrary, you should see them as strong, as capable. That will benefit them much more than the attitude you are having now. And now we know that your intentions are good, okay? You are trying to defend this person. You are trying to help him or her because of the perception you have about them, and because maybe the situation is a big deal. But what the angels and the guides here want you to reflect on is, we are not asking you to remove completely the energy and the information and the help you are giving this person. More if it's somebody very close to you, or if the situation is really hard for them to deal with on their own. So maybe they are going through depression, and leaving them alone might not be the best answer. No, that's why you can be like, well, if I leave this person on their own, maybe they will die. So that's why we are not saying leave them completely to their own devices, but do let them be. You need to be a support system, not the leading energy in this situation. You are only there, and you have been put in their lives as what we are saying, as a support system, as the one that, when a baby is starting to walk, the parent is not walking on behalf of the baby. What the parent is doing is, while the baby is trying to walk, the parent does this, right? Like the baby is in the middle and the parent does this just with the hands, right? But it's not necessarily taking the legs of the baby and doing this. We do that before, to teach them the motions. We do that before so the legs gain strength. But after, we let them be. We let them learn their own way of walking. We let them explore. So that's what the universe is trying to tell you. We are not asking you to let go fully of this person, to let them to their own devices. We are asking you to be an energy that is just around them like this, making sure nothing happens. But the ones that need to take the lead on this, out of this darkness, is them. Okay? This is a learning experience for both of you, really, but mostly for them. They need to learn about their own light. They need to learn to recognize their own guidance. And so you have to let them be. You have to let them recognize that guidance. When you do, when you let them guide, when you let them lead the experience, you can expect miracles. it is much more likely and more probable that they will get out of that dark place they are in if you allow them to learn on their own and just be in the periphery of their lives, or let them know, I am here for you if you need me. I am here for you whenever you need me, but not jump before they actually express that need. Okay, maybe when you do this, you will enter, maybe this is for you as well, a very vulnerable um, experience, because there might be some part of you that thinks you are guilty or you are to blame for the position this person is right now. But you are not. You are a free being the same way he or she is a free being. Okay? So there is freedom for both of you in this experience. You don't have to be attached by the hip to this person. But you also, as I said before, you don't necessarily need to let go of them fully. And you don't have to cut or undermine your own development just because of this painful experience this other person is going through. This is not your fault. But that's why this is a learning experience for both of you. In one hand, the person, facing the problem, needs to learn that there is light inside of them. And on the other hand, you need to learn to be vulnerable and be free of the guilt you feel because of the experience this person is going through. So there is something for you both in here, and therefore the growth. You think that it's okay. I've learned my lessons. I know why this is happening. I can grow, but let them be. Let them stay where they are. It cannot be like that. That's not how growth works. You need to accept yourself the way you are. Even if you did contribute a little bit to the experience of this person, that it's because that you had to do it. you know it's not a blaming game here. The universe is not blaming you because of what happened to this person. If you did contribute to the suffering of this person for whatever reason, it's because that's the way it had to be. That's the way it had to the experience had to develop. So when you see things in that light, when you see that whatever behavior you had was in the benefit of that person, even if you didn't know it or even if you caused pain, you can let go of the guilt, and you can also allow them to grow on their own and experiment on their own, because you know that whatever happened is for their greatest, or was for their greatest good, and whatever is happening now is also for their greater good. Just don't interrupt their growth. Okay. And yeah, as I said before, this card confirms, take a step back. Okay, take a step back, analyze the situation, see why this might be happening to this person. What is it they can learn, or how is it they can grow once this happens. And remember to earth yourself and ground. You see, I love this card, even though I don't love grounding. But I love how this energy of grounding is represented in this card, because what he is doing is connecting his energy back into the earth, right? So it's like even directing with his hands or her hands, whatever, angels don't have gender, the energy down. His or her intention is clear. I want to ground. I want to belong here. I want to stay here. So that's something that you can also do. And it's also something that you can infuse in the energy of the person you are trying to help. And I'm hesitant about which one to use, that one or this one. So let's take cards for both of them. Okay. Let's see what else. You can, when you ground, the energy you take in your life, the energy you use in your life when you are grounded and really in your power, is something that you can transmit to others by example, not telling, and that's much more powerful because you are showing them how. So if you think that by telling this person you love, everything will be fine, you can do this, you have the power, you have the ability, it's much better if you show them how power looks like. What does it mean to have the ability to get over this situation? So that's why it's important that you stay grounded. If this person is in pain and in suffering, it's because it's disconnected from his or her higher self. So you need to show them how it looks when a person is connected in to their higher self, to their higher power. You need to show them by embodiment how to get out of this dark hole they find themselves in. And you can show them by embodiment that darkness and sorrow are not the only experiences that are available for them in this life. Trust the needle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So maybe you already knew this. Maybe you already felt that what you were doing was not necessarily the best for this person. So trust. If you already had an inner voice telling you, oh, maybe the way you are going is not the right one. I think you are not helping them as much as you thought you were. Now this is a confirmation. Trust that voice. Yes, change your strategy. Set boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So as I said, this is an experience, and I think I love that card because it goes hand in hand with this vulnerability and freedom card that we saw here before with the angels. You don't have to, not because that person you love very much is going through a dark period or a difficult period, means that you have to go through it as well. You don't have to suffer as they suffer. You don't have to do everything on their behalf just because they are going through a dark stage in their lives. You need to set boundaries. You need to say, this is what I'm going to help you with, and the rest is on you. I can push you, but you need to give the step. Otherwise, you will fall anyway. Okay? So that's why it's important for you to set boundaries. It's on your benefit, but also on the other person's benefit. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Exactly. This is what you need to remember for both of you. This experience both are going through, because even though the other person might be the one inside, more immersed in the experience, this experience is happening for both of you, and it's happening for you, not to you. Okay, this is for your expansion, this is for your growth, and not it's not a detriment to your soul. On the contrary, the soul, both of your souls knew you were coming here to experience this so that you could grow and expand even more. We are in this age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So I've seen in different readings and different information I've been getting as well from different people and different guides. Many of us came here to clear once and for all the karma and the experiences we've been going through or experienced in past lives. Things that were patterns and that were repetitive, that we were not being able to free ourselves from the pain, from the suffering. We've decided that we don't want to continue the cycle anymore. Our souls came into this incarnation with the intention of freeing themselves from those karmic cycles once and for all. And that's why many of us are experiencing difficult situations in our lives at this moment, because those are past life karmas, past life experiences that we are carrying, and that they have been uh, repeating themselves for us for a really long time now, and our souls are tired of that. So you might have not realized that, or realization about the situation might have not reached you yet, but it's on the way. The more you flow, the more you allow the universe to communicate with you, the easier it will be for you to see beyond what is in front of you, for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. This is not something that will remain in your life forever. Okay, this is something that will change, it will improve. The suffering you and the other person are going through right now or feeling is not eternal. Okay, so you need to remember that. You need, with this Queen of the Moon card, you need to reign over yourself. You need to be in control of your emotions. You need to be a sovereign being. Okay, you need to reclaim that sovereignty that you possess, but you lost because maybe this was a very unexpected situation. With this hunger moon, I think it says the same way you want to change, the same way you want to improve, the person suffering also wants to do it. He or she wants to get out of that situation. They want to attract, but they don't know how. They want to attract a better life for themselves. Maybe they just don't know how. And because of the vibration they are having, is being more and more difficult to attract to themselves the things that they want And maybe because they are not having the things they want now, they think it's not available for them. But that's not the case. What happens is the vibration they are having, and maybe you too, are making the experience even more difficult. The lower our vibration, the lower the things that come towards us, the lower the attraction kind of energy we have. So that's why you need to show them by embodiment what is possible. When you start raising your vibration, then the unexpected will happen, and maybe you both, you and the person in the situation, will be gladly surprised that you didn't know that it could be possible to be this happy and change this quickly. you know Maybe you will be like, oh well, that was fast, and you didn't even know. But because you start changing the way you operate, the way you think, the way you see life, then life changes, and it's almost an automatic change. Okay, not much protection needed, just flow. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did so, I'll appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. If you think there is somebody else in your life that might benefit from listening to these readings, please share the link with them. If you will want to book a private reading with me or find a different session that might help you or the person you are trying to help deal with this situation, in the description box below, I will share with you the different experiences and services I offer. If you feel called to any of them, feel free to book them. If you will want to make a donation to the channel, I also leave you down below my PayPal link. I'll appreciate it as well. And then I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, group 3 with the Corvid. When I see this card, I almost feel that this bird is kind of saying or trying to deliver the message to you directly. It's like there is something hidden, there is something mystical about this bird, and it's like, I'm only gonna tell you when I need to tell you, but also I'm only gonna share my secret, I only gonna share my message with the person that needs to hear it. Not everyone has access to this information. So I'm gonna just deliver it to the person that needs to receive, that is ready for this information to be received. So it's almost as if you could interpret this card and the energy of the card much better than me, because the energy of the bird, the spirit guide here, wants to give it to you directly, no intermediaries. Okay, like, Mister, are you ready to receive it? Are you ready? It's like there is a lot of information, a lot of energy, a lot of potential in this bird, and it knows, that it has that potential. And maybe this can also be a representation of your energy. Maybe that's how you go through life. You are like, you are not easily I don't want to say making friends, but it's more like you don't talk to people easily. You don't create relations easily, because you choose carefully who you are going to sit with, who you are going to share your life with, who you are going to share your thoughts with. Like, you are really careful when it comes to sharing your energy and sharing your thoughts and sharing your life. So it's like you are very discerning of that. You have very clearly in mind what type of energy you want in your life, what type of people, and you know who you are, you know what you have to offer, and that's why you put even more emphasis or attention in being careful sharing your energy. Like, you don't easily give away yourself, not necessarily material things, but yourself. And you are like, are you ready for me? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for what I have to share with you? So let's see what else can we discover about you with the Corvid, and about you in life. Why I'm curious to know why Spirit has chosen to share with you this message today. Why has Spirit chosen to share or bring into the light this part of your personality that maybe you might be aware of it, maybe you might not, but let's see why. Why is Spirit bringing to light this part of you, this kind of mystic mystic personality, the mysticism of you? So let's see. Okay. I ask the tarot, sorry, these are oracle cards. I ask the Oracle to clarify or enhance the Corvid message we have here for group 3. Neptune, clear direction. Venus, female energy. Aries, fire, rebirth. Scorpio, like determination. Libra in reverse, so there is a lack of balance in your life. And Aquarius with personal power. Yeah, I think the lack of balance, let's see another one, Cancer. Yeah, for sure. It has to do with your emotions. So, like the Corvid, you are like I was saying with the Corvid, you are a really smart, intelligent person. You know, your mind is really sharp. You know where are you going. You are determined to achieve your goals. You have that power. You know, there was a transformation. Maybe you weren't like this all the time. You know, there was this transformation that had to take place in your life. There might have been an experience where you raise like the phoenix, you raise from the ashes, you know, and then since then you are very much sitting in your personal power. You know what you have to offer, you know what you bring to the table, not only in business but also in relationships. And so that power shows, you know, that power shows. People see you and see a powerful person. However, there is an imbalance when it comes to your emotions and your personal life. You know, there is some part of you that you are not allowing to shine. You are not allowing to be out into the world, and that's the emotional side of things. You don't like emotions. It's a little bit contrary to the Neptune energy and the Scorpio energy. You don't like emotions like Cancer, because you think emotions are useless. You know, you think emotions just make you weak. Why would we have to have emotions? You know, why do we need to tell people we love them, we care for them? You know, that's just a waste of time. So what the spirit wants to bring to your attention with this reading is that emotions are as important as thoughts. Emotions are as necessary and effective in building the life of your dreams as your thoughts are. You know, actually, emotion is what creates the universe. Emotion is what creates life. And you might disagree because that has not been your experience 100%, but that's what the spirit world wants you to pay attention to. You know, it's okay to be sharp, it's okay to be calculating things, it's okay to project, to plan carefully, but that's not all, that's not everything in life. That's not all that is available for you in this experience. There is much more that you can achieve and get if you get in touch with your emotions. So let's see strategy. Yeah, so you might need to develop a strategy for the implementation of this advice. Third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. And the strategy should not include your personal power, you know, with the Aquarius energy. Door to personal healing and happiness. If you go down that road, if you continue this linear path of everything being personal power, you will delay or close the door to personal happiness. You know, for many of us, the recommendations is to sit in our power. In your case, it's not that you don't have to sit in your power or you need to leave it behind, but you need to find another way to be powerful and not necessarily use the power that you feel you have. And it's interesting because while saying that, you know, attachment, I think The reason why you don't want to get in touch with your emotions is because you don't not necessarily feel that powerful at all. You might project confidence and power, but inside, that's not the reality. That's not how you feel, you know and maybe I should retract my words and say, do include your personal power in this strategy, but the real personal power, not the imaginary one that you project to people. um, the fourth chakra is important that you also let your heart, with Cancer and the fourth chakra, it's important that you let your heart speak as well, because it's as if your emotions are really closed off. You are really disconnected from your emotions. You don't like to show them. You don't like to have them even, and that's because funny enough, you are very attached to them. You have not let them flow. You have encapsulated them inside of you, and so they are still in there. That's why it's so hard for you to process them, and that's why it's so hard for you to face them, because you actually never have. You have never faced your emotions. You just cluster them inside and lock them somewhere. So because you have not processed them, is that the attachment to those experiences that cause you pain and that cause you to close and shove these emotions somewhere really deep inside you is still existing. What you need to do is to let go. You also need to rest and rejuvenate. If you're a person that is always on the go, 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 and you always want to produce, and you finish a project and you want to start the other one, and so on and so forth, the recommendation from your spirit guides is, in order for you to be able to see clearly your emotions and to disconnect and detach from them, you need to rest. You need to give yourself time to just to be with yourself, so that later on you can actually rise above these difficult emotions, so you can actually have the time to liberate yourself and free yourself and your heart and even your personal power again, so that it doesn't have to be fake. You free all of those centers from pain, from suffering, so that the real version of both powers, of both centers, can be shown into the world. So not everything or not everyone in life or in your life wants to harm you. Not everything is hostile in life. You actually have a lot of people that want you to succeed, a lot of people that want to support you, that a lot of people that are happy that you are having a good life, that you are being successful in life, okay? So not everything is about being defensive. You can also enjoy the sun. You can also enjoy the nice parts of your life, the nice parts of people. You can enjoy caring connections. You can bring that energy into your life. Not everything has to be hostile. Not everything has to be a fight. There is people, and not only people, there is the possibility, because maybe that's why you cannot, or you are not enjoying these caring connections or this connection to people, because you think that there is nobody there for you. You think that not many people are clear with their intentions. Not many people, they are not honest. Not everyone wants to take a piece of you. Some of them really want to be in your life just because they like you, just because they love you. They really feel attracted to you as a person, and not necessarily to your power or to your belongings, your riches. People want to be with you because of you, and that's something that the spirit really wants you to know and to recognize at this time. So we're going to ask the shaman oracle to tell us what else can we know about this, the spiral. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a cycle, but one that, this ongoing feeling of disconnection is something that you are perpetuating. It's something that you are extending and creating in your life. It's not something you have to go through. It's something that you are creating for yourself. And because of that, like everything else in life, you can let go of that experience. You can decide to free yourself from that cycle. with the gatherer in reverse is like you don't have to get things as a protective mechanism. It's as if you need to have a good house so you are safe. You need to have a good car so you are safe. You have to have a fat bank account because you are safe. Well, guess what? You already have all that. You don't have to continue bringing more of those things into your life. You don't have to continue producing them so that you are safe or that you feel safe. You are already safe. You already gather all you need for a safe existence in this world. Then with thunder, it's like help, spiritual help or energetic help is coming your way like a thunder, like see how these animals are full speed and they are bisons, I think, or buffaloes, like really powerful animals. So that's the energy the universe is sending towards you so that you can realize the type of life and potential you can experience in this life, so that you can change your life and your ways and live in a different way. The sacrifice is reversed, so you don't really need to sacrifice any part of you to do this. What needs to go is the pain, the attachment to the pain, but that's not necessarily a sacrifice. When someone hurts you, or if you have a thorn in your side and you take it out, are you sacrificing yourself by taking it out? No, you are relieving the pain. You are allowing the pain to go. You know that once you remove that thorn, your skin will finally heal itself again. So you don't have to sacrifice any part of you to become this caring, loving, which you already are, person, but you are allowing it not to show. You don't allow these emotions to show. The lower world, you don't have to go, sometimes I think that we have said, and there are talks about inner child healing required to do this type of work that we see in your reading, letting go of the past, letting go of emotions, coming to terms to what happened. And I feel that's a reason why you don't want to do it, because you think you have to go really deep into your subconscious mind. You have to go really deep into the hole that you don't want to be in. Maybe you dig yourself that hole for yourself and now you don't want to go and revisit it. And that's why you are avoiding this growth, this expansion, this connection to your feelings. So let me tell you, that's not the only way to do things. That's not the only way to go. You don't have to go super deep, at least not all the time. There might be some dips to the darkness that you need to take, but that doesn't mean that the recovering of your power, the process of recovering your power is that all the way. It's not the reality. You can make it in a different way. If you connect with your inner power, with your highest self, the process will be much faster and much easier, because you will recognize yourself like a energy being, and then you will, have you heard about quantum leaps and quantum healing and all things quantum? So when quantum is involved, means that things happen really quickly. I'll recommend for you, if you want to give it a go or try, there is a book written by a woman called Dr. Sue Morter, and the book is called The Energy Codes. And in that book, you will find a different technique, a different way to improve your life, to get out of the suffering that does not require going deep within the suffering as you think you need to do it. Okay, it doesn't require. You have support. You are not alone with the circle. You are not alone. That's something you need to remember. You don't have to do it alone. Do it alone. And you already reached the completion of this experience, by the way. You don't have to, whatever karma with the curse in reverse, whatever karma, whatever cycle you were completing or living, it's over. You reach the limit of your soul, you reach the limit of the energy. You don't have to continue living it anymore. You are free of it. You just need to free yourself. You need to take the steps and the decision, actually, to be free of this cycle, of this hurt, of this pain. Okay? So that's all I have for you today. That's what the Spirit wanted you to know. If you enjoyed this reading, if it was any helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you think there is somebody else that might benefit from listening to these readings, please share the link with them. If you would want to book a private session with me, I will leave you in the description box down below my contact details and the links where you can do so. And if you would want to contribute to the channel or make any donation, I will also leave you my PayPal link below where you can donate if you feel called to donate. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, group 4 with the bone. You know, this is one of my favorite cards of the deck I used for these leading cards. When I did my personal exploration of the cards, because whenever I buy a new deck, I try to familiarize myself with the new energy. And this is called the Liminal Spirits Oracle. So I didn't have any knowledge or relationship with liminal spirits. So that's why I took the time to get to know the cards before I used them for a public reading, let's say. And one of the cards I got at the beginning of my exploration was for exactly this one, the bone. And I love the meaning and the depth of the card. And it's telling me that this card is telling me about your own depth. You are a person with depth. You are a person that kind of sees through things, like an X-ray machine. That's what I feel when I see this card. Like I feel like you are one of those people that like to be honest about what they think. They are kind of transparent. They try to see, they try to allow, they try to present themselves as honestly and transparently as possible to the world, and also you like to know things, you have a curious nature. But there is also a profound message for you here, because sometimes that honesty that you pretend, that's the word that came to mind, pretend to show the world, is just a pretension. Sometimes we can use our vulnerability as a shield, and that's when I discovered that for myself. I found it completely funny actually, and accurate, because I am like that as well, right? I try to show myself as I am, or that's what I tell myself and my family. But I've also realized that there are parts of myself that I don't show. Some of them I'm ashamed of. Some others I don't want them. I don't think they will be accepted. Some others I just care so much for that part of me that I don't want everyone to see it. It's like my personal treasure. So it's super important. I'm having that energy here for you as well. That even though you might be a very honest and open person in the surface, and you might tell that to yourself as well. I am vulnerable. I allow people to get close. I am friendly. I am open. In another part or inside you, that that's just a little bit of a screen, so people don't look too much into you. If you show them who you are, or you pretend to show them, they won't be interested in digging anymore, in going to the bone of who you are, because that's scary. That scares you. It scares you that people can see the true you, the one that you don't want them to see. So let's see what else the tarot has to tell us here. We have the Eight of Cups. I'm going to lay them down all first, and then I'm going to read them and explain them to you. Six of Swords. This was one of my first tarot decks, by the way. The Queen of Cups. And when I was learning tarot several years ago, I didn't understand anything. And so I like these cards because they are very descriptive with the images. So the Sun, the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups. You see, we sit with this one. Judgment, liberation. Eight of Wands, blessings, movement forward. Eight of Coins. Lots of cards want to come out. Six of Coins. Queen of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Okay, the last one, please. Nine of Coins. I'm going to show them all to you. So apparently not the last one. Temperance, and Seven of Coins. Okay, last one, Page of Cups. This is a long reading. The Fool and Seven of Swords. Okay, we stay with those, and then if we need more clarification, I'll appreciate the clarification. So let's start, because this story kind of shows me lots of pieces. I'm gonna move a little bit so I can do this comfortably. So with the Eight of Cups here, the Seven of Swords, this is a wish. You feel there is a wish you have that has not been granted. Something you desire and you think you are not there yet, and you're wondering why is this desire not yet fulfilled? Why can I not get it? And what the next card is telling me is that you are not getting the desire or the thing you want because you are not letting go of the past. There are some emotions, there are some memories, some things that you need to let go of if you want your wish granted, but you haven't let go of those. And the universe is saying, until you don't let go of that thing that is holding you back, you won't be able to achieve what you want to achieve. And this is on your benefit, because we want you to fully enjoy, with the Sun card, whatever will come through after you let go of this. We don't want you to. There has been a process in your life, not several. There has been a process in your life that was that dream come true, that was supposed to bring you fulfillment, growth, expansion, but because you were a little bit bitter or carrying things from the past, you weren't able to enjoy that experience or that process as you should have been. There was a lot of deceit, and this was personal deceit, as I was saying at the beginning. You were hiding things for yourself, or you were telling yourself things that weren't true about yourself, about your reality. So if you were successful before in something else in this process, that you were, because I can see it with this card, you didn't see that success. You were telling yourself, oh, this is not a big deal, everyone can do this, whatever, like I did not achieve that much, and is curious that this last reading is starting to look similar to the reading number 1. So if you felt drawn to both cards, maybe you might want to go and have a listen to that one after this one. And so because you were not honest with yourself about your desires, but also about your achievements, then you couldn't enjoy whatever was going on for you. You couldn't enjoy this realization. Your soul wanted to, it was something you wished for, and it came true, but because of the attitude you had and because you kind of beliterated your achievement, then you didn't enjoy them. You didn't enjoy it. And so the universe is saying, we are not going to allow you to repeat that experience again. Once was enough. And so the reason why we are delaying, or in this case, you are delaying the manifestation of your dream, is because we want you to work on the things you need to let go of, the things that are stopping you from enjoying really the achievement and the success. And once you deal with that, then the blessings will come your way. Then you will start moving forward. And so for that to happen, you might need to work a little bit on yourself and on your life and look at those emotions and those things that are not longer serving you. Maybe you don't know right away when I mention this work, what is it exactly you need to work on? You're like, well, but there are so many things, and that maybe affected my life once, and I didn't know that they were still there, and I cannot put my finger onto which exactly is it that I need to change. So let's see if the other cards can tell us. Yeah, so I think it was something, there is this idea that, you are not enough, that you could not achieve what you achieved, like even though you achieved it, you felt that you did not, or it was not a big deal. And so that's what you need to let go of, that a wonderful life isn't available to you, that you are not this powerful being, this powerful queen, this powerful force. That's the illusion. That's what you need to let go of. That's what you need to work on, because you are, and you are not seeing yourself the way you are. So you have a choice here. You can choose where to go. Like you can choose to stay in a place where you just see your desire and you're like, I wish to be that person. Or you can choose to be the person. The Nine of Pentacles, if it were like this, is a person that is fulfilled, that is confident, uh, that knows what it has to offer, doesn't have to fight for anything, just allows everything to come. So you can choose to stay wishing you were her or become her or him. I'm just saying her because it's a girl on the picture, but if you are a him, then it's a him. So you can choose to just continue wishing you were, or you could be, because you have the potential anyway. You have this potential, and the universe is offering with the temperance card the opportunity to balance this illusion, the opportunity to balance this energy. You just need to take it. You just need to, the invitation is there. The invitation to change your fate is there. Though with the Six of Coins, it can be a little bit deceiving. Okay, so you need to be careful, because there are several ways in which you can do this. You can choose to believe who you are, to believe on your potential from an egoic perspective, saying, oh, of course I am superior, of course I am better than everyone. And I don't think you will choose that pathway, because you don't necessarily feel that way at all. It won't feel honest. But at the same time, when our self-esteem is low, we might feel the need to elevate our ego. And so if sometimes you feel like that, like you want to elevate your ego and continue showing yourself the way you are and showing a face to the world or a personality to the world, but that's not the truth, then the universe or your guides are coming to whisper you, no, take a different approach. That's not what we are proposing, because that's how you've been doing things and it hasn't worked. So what you have to do is be the fool, start again, build a new personality, let go fully of the past so that you can build your present and your future. You need to fully start new. You see how even though there is clothes, eyes, hands, there is no face. There is the body, but there is no face, because it's time for you to build the face. It's time for you to, this time, consciously build your personality, decide who you want to be and how you want to express yourself in the world. You can rest. You don't have to carry. You don't have to move forward carrying the ideas of the past. You don't have to continue believing, behaving, acting, etc. like you used to. You don't have to carry with you these ideas of not being enough, or not being able to produce anything into the world, or having to use your vulnerability on your sleeve as a weapon. You don't have to continue doing that at all. So let's see what the Oracle has to say about this. What other messages this group needs to receive about this change and this new beginning they are invited to take. Let's see. The Serpent. There are different ways. You can go up, you can go down, but that's not how you see life. You see it very much black and white. The giveaway, and it's required, it's time, not required, that you give that up. It's time that you relinquish your ways. Okay. Earth. Earth is no longer the seer. The planet Earth also has a plan for herself, also has a vibration. I'm sure you have heard about the evolution of the planet and the increasing of the energy of the planet Earth. And so with the Earth card says here, it tells me that linear way you have been seeing things so far is no longer the way the planet wants to go. It's time that you see a different way. It's time that you become the seer. It's time that you become the energy that sees beyond the illusion, that you see the reality of who you are, that you see the reality of your world. And so it's just then when you be able to reap the benefits or being of being or becoming the witness and see beyond what is in front of you. You know, you have the ability to do that, by the way. You just need to really be willing to do so. You really need to be willing to live from a different perspective. And if you want to stay in this earth, if you want to evolve with the energy of the planet, you need to do this because, again, the planet will no longer allow those power struggles of egoic creation anymore. Aries, it's time that you, like the phoenix, rise from the ashes, that use your previous experience to propel you forward, to resurrect the energy that you are, to become someone new. Cancer, don't hide your emotions anymore, okay? Don't. How funny. I shuffled this deck, and in the previous reading, these cards came as well. So don't hide anymore how you feel and use properly your personal power. Use your core energy in a proper way. Earth, again, earth yourself. Receive the new vibration of the energy. Offer something new. Create something new. This card never came in a reading before. It's time that you offer the world a different way of being, a different way of existing, and you allow your demons to be your companions, not your enemies, but allow those that difficult past to propel you forward. You know, Pluto, a different way of living. Really something. You see how much mind energy comes because you are used to mind energy as well, but now it's a new way of using it. It's mind energy together with the spirit energy, and that's how you can become a better version of yourself in this planet, and how can you manifest a better life, a better reality in your life as well. So that's the message Spirit wanted to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you think that somebody else might benefit from listening to these Spirit messages, please share this video with them. If you would like to book a private reading with me or see all the other services I offer, I will leave you the links on the description box below so you can check them out. And if you will want to contribute to the channel, I will also leave you my PayPal link so you can use that link for the contributions. They will always be very well appreciated. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.